Have you ever wondered why you can't remember your dreams? This question opens the door to a deeper understanding of our own nature, to the realization of what lies behind the veil of oblivion. On this journey through the teachings of Buddhism, we will discover the secrets of forgotten dreams, their true meaning, and the reason why our consciousness blocks access to these important messages. When you wake up in the morning, the feeling of a dream can sometimes be like a light fog. It was there, it was swirling around you, but as soon as you open your eyes, it all disappears, as if it never existed. This is the way of the mind, like a wave going into the ocean, getting lost in the depths of our consciousness. In this video, we will explore deep and important topics related to the nature of dreams, forgotten memories, and astral projections. You will learn why we often forget our dreams and how this is connected to internal blocks in our consciousness. We will learn Buddhist teachings about the subconscious and spiritual journeys, explaining that dreams are not just a mind game, but a window into our inner world. We will focus especially on how lucid dreaming, astral projection, and overcoming fears of the unknown can help you. How fears and inner experiences affect the ability to remember dreams, and how spiritual practices such as meditation and dream journaling can greatly benefit you in understanding how to consciously manage your dreams. If you are interested in self-development, lucid dreaming, or want to better understand the workings of your subconscious, this video will be useful and will open new horizons for exploring the inner world. The knowledge you will gain here has the power not only to change your perception of reality, but also to free your mind from the illusions that hide the true nature of existence. Show your good intention by leaving your like, subscribe to this channel, and activate the bell sign so as not to miss any new videos. Write this mantra under the video in the comments below: I reveal my dreams, seeking to deeply understand the nature of my own mind. Let's go together on this sacred journey of self-knowledge and awareness. Buddhism teaches us that consciousness is a flow that is constantly changing. Our subconscious plays a key role in this flow, and it is in it that many of the answers to the questions we ask ourselves in life are hidden. However, our dreams, like mirrors of this flow, reflect only those images and thoughts that we can perceive at the moment. Sometimes these images become so subtle and elusive that we lose them like sand between our fingers. This is no coincidence, because Buddhist wisdom says that forgetting dreams is not just a natural phenomenon, but a consequence of emotional, spiritual, and energetic blocks that we encounter in our daily lives. In Buddhist philosophy, dreams are more than just the work of the mind. They are a reflection of a deep dialogue between our consciousness and subconscious, a bridge between material and spiritual reality. In moments of sleep, our eye is faced with internal questions that may be suppressed or not realized in everyday life. Thus, dreams become a way of communicating with our hidden fears, experiences, desires, and aspirations, reflecting the true nature of our inner processes. Buddhism teaches that dreams are one of the manifestations of the deep mind, which seeks to convey important messages to us. These messages are not always easy to recognize, as they are expressed symbolically, through images and emotions. Just as the surface of water reflects the sky, dreams reflect our inner states. However, if the water is muddy, the reflection will be distorted. Likewise, if our mind is clouded by fears or unresolved conflicts, we may not understand or even remember our dreams. Our internal blocks play an important role in this process. These blocks arise due to emotional or spiritual obstacles accumulated in everyday life. Buddhist practice views such blockages as the result of attachment to suffering, stereotypes, illusions and passions that limit our perception of the world. When these blocks are active, they prevent us from perceiving signals from the subconscious, including through dreams. This is no accident if fears and stresses accumulated in the mind can block our ability to recognize the important lessons that a dream is trying to convey. Sleep is not just a rest for the body, it is also an opportunity to immerse yourself in another dimension, where time and space lose their usual significance. In Buddhist perception, this state can be seen as a transition from the material world to the spiritual world. We break away from physical attachments, and our consciousness gains freedom, which may be unavailable in the waking state. But why do we so often forget our dreams or cannot understand them? Buddhist wisdom explains this by the fact that our mind, accustomed to control over material reality, strives for self-protection. When the content of a dream becomes too intense or disturbing to perceive, consciousness decides to hide it in order to protect us from emotional overload. This can be seen as a kind of self-defense mechanism, an attempt to maintain inner peace and not allow the mind to encounter difficult experiences that can cause discomfort or anxiety. This defense mechanism is not accidental. It reflects the basic human desire for stability and inner balance. The mind, in order to avoid conflicts and painful experiences, often suppresses or distorts the information we receive in dreams. Thus, forgetfulness or the inability to remember a dream can be a manifestation of our inner fear of encountering the unknown. In Buddhist practice, fear is considered one of the main obstacles to enlightenment. Fear of change, loss of control or facing one's own dark side limits our spiritual development. Dreams, being a mirror of the subconscious, can cause such fears because they often reflect those aspects of our personality that we try to avoid. Buddhism offers a different approach to accept your dreams and use them as a tool for self-knowledge and spiritual growth. It is important to learn to let go of fears and anxieties that block our inner insights. One of the main tools for this is meditation. Through the practice of meditation, we learn to observe our thoughts and emotions without attachment and fear, allowing ourselves to perceive what is beyond everyday consciousness. When we meditate before sleep, we create space for a deeper perception of our dreams. This process helps us to become aware of our fears and blocks, unlocking the memory of dreams and allowing us to receive valuable messages from our subconscious. Thus, dreams are not just a product of the brain, but a deep mirror of our inner world. They contain wisdom that can help us better understand ourselves and our lives. Buddhism teaches us to see dreams as an opportunity to dialogue with our own subconscious, and not as random images. By accepting their meaning and learning to become aware of our blocks and fears, we can free our minds from illusions and take a step towards enlightenment. In Buddhist philosophy, dreams are more than just images that appear in our minds. They reflect a deep dialogue between the conscious and subconscious that occurs when our minds let go of material concerns and enter into more subtle realms of perception. However, this dialogue is not always direct and easy. Sometimes we suppress those parts of ourselves that are ready to open up through dreams, and therefore we cannot or do not want to accept their content. When we fall asleep, our conscious mind begins a dialogue with the subconscious, trying to express unresolved issues, emotions, and even spiritual truths that we may not encounter in ordinary life. These dreams can carry revelations about our fears, hidden conflicts, or deep experiences. However, our everyday mind, accustomed to the logical and material aspects of life, is not always ready to perceive these subtle and often disturbing signals. In Buddhism, this phenomenon is described as a defense mechanism of the mind. When a dream becomes too intense or its content goes beyond our usual perception, the mind chooses the strategy of oblivion. This allows the psyche to protect itself from possible stress or emotional shock. In essence, this is a form of self-defense. The mind hides from us what can upset the internal balance. In this case, forgetting dreams becomes a natural reaction, protecting us from encounters with those aspects of our I that we are not yet ready to accept or realize. Buddhism teaches that the main reason for forgetting dreams can be fear of the unknown. When our subconscious tries to show us something that requires attention, for example, spiritual insights, emotional traumas, or unresolved conflicts, we can face internal resistance. The fear of what will be revealed in these dreams can be so strong that the mind prefers to forget the dream than to accept its message. This fear of the unknown is a key element that limits our spiritual development. We are afraid of change, of losing control over the familiar world, and of facing unknown aspects of our inner self. But Buddhism points to an important truth: it is this fear that is the cause of our suffering. It binds us to the illusions of the material world, keeping us from realizing the deeper truths that can free our minds. Buddhism teaches that every dream is a step towards liberation from material attachments and illusions. However, in order to use these dreams as a tool for spiritual growth, we must recognize and accept our fears. This process requires inner work, a willingness to look into the eyes of our hidden fears and blocks that hinder our development. Mindfulness is a key aspect in overcoming these obstacles. We must develop the ability to observe our fears and emotions without attachment to them. When we learn to let go of fear of change and the unknown, we open the door to a deeper understanding of ourselves and our true nature. One aspect of Buddhist practice is the concept of astral travel, where the soul can leave the physical body and explore other dimensions. These states are described as profound and transcendental experiences that provide access to spiritual knowledge and truths beyond everyday perception. Astral travel is not just vivid dreams, but full-fledged experiences of spiritual dimensions, in which the soul can meet higher beings, receive answers to important questions, and gain a new level of understanding. However, like ordinary dreams, astral projections can be forgotten. Why does this happen? The answer lies in the fact that our mind, accustomed to material reality, is afraid of losing control. Fear of spiritual experiences or the unknown that we may encounter in these journeys often becomes the cause of memory blockages. The mind pulls us back into the body, hiding those experiences that might be too profound or frightening for our current stage of spiritual development. Buddhism offers practices that help overcome these blocks and fears. One of the main tools is meditation. Meditation allows us to calm the mind, clear it of fears and attachments that limit our perception. By practicing meditation, we learn to let go of control and trust the inner process, which opens up access to deeper levels of consciousness. When we meditate, we develop the ability to observe our inner world without judgment and fear. This process allows us to gradually become aware of and accept our fears, which unlocks our memory of dreams and astral travel. We begin to see these experiences not as a source of anxiety, but as an opportunity for spiritual growth and liberation from illusions. Buddhism teaches that forgetting dreams and astral experiences is a form of defense based on fear of the unknown and loss of control. However, this fear holds us back from deep spiritual revelations and hinders our development. The path to liberation lies through awareness and acceptance of our fears, which opens up access to the true messages that come through dreams and spiritual journeys. Meditation and mindfulness help us overcome these internal blocks by freeing the mind from the illusions and suffering associated with attachment to material reality. Buddhism teaches us that the fear of losing control is one of the main obstacles to spiritual growth. This fear is rooted in our attachment to material reality, to the familiar aspects of life, such as the body, routine, and comfort. We are afraid to let go of control, because it means losing the stability to which we are accustomed. But Buddhist wisdom reminds us that all stability in the world is an illusion. Everything is subject to change, and attachment to immutability creates suffering. The human mind, striving for constant control, fears the unknown. When it comes to spiritual dimensions, such as dreams or astral projections, this fear is exacerbated. During astral projection, when the soul can leave the body and explore other realities, our subconscious often pulls us back into the body. This happens due to the fear of what is beyond our normal perception. This fear can manifest itself on different levels. Sometimes it is just a mild anxiety about the unknown, sometimes it is a deep anxiety that paralyzes. In Buddhism, this fear is considered a natural but surmountable obstacle to a deeper understanding of the nature of reality. Fear keeps us within the boundaries of the familiar world, limiting our potential and closing the door to spiritual revelations. Buddhism teaches that one of the main reasons for our fear of spiritual dimensions is our attachment to our habits. We are so attached to our bodies and our daily routines that any experience outside these familiar boundaries is perceived as a threat. However, in order to grow spiritually, we must learn to let go of attachments and fears, trust the process, and allow ourselves to explore the unknown. Buddhist practice is aimed at releasing this attachment. As we walk the spiritual path, we learn to observe our minds, our emotions, and our reactions without attachment to them. This allows us to realize that everything that happens is simply an experience, not something that requires control. When we let go of attachments and fear, we gain the freedom to explore deeper levels of our consciousness. Buddhism does not suggest that we fight fear, but rather teaches us to accept it as a natural part of our path. Fear of the unknown is normal and should not control us. This fear is just a projection of the mind, an attempt to maintain an illusory stability in a constantly changing world. When we learn to look at fear with awareness, we understand that it is simply a fleeting state of mind that does not need to be suppressed or avoided. Recognizing that everything around us is changing helps us accept fear as a temporary state that can be overcome. This stability we strive for is an illusion. The true nature of reality is constant change, and our soul strives for growth and liberation from the shackles of the material world. Accepting change as a natural part of life opens the way to a deeper understanding of ourselves and our true nature. In order to overcome fear of the unknown and unlock memories of dreams and spiritual journeys, Buddhist practice offers several methods. One of the most powerful tools is meditation. Meditation helps to calm the mind, clear it of worries and fears, and tune our consciousness to perceive deeper layers of reality. When we meditate, we learn to observe our mind without becoming attached to its states. This allows us to let go of control and trust the natural process of spiritual unfoldment. Meditation before sleep is especially useful in preparing for spiritual journeys such as lucid dreaming or astral projection. It creates space to quietly perceive what may be revealed during sleep, allowing us to remember and become aware of these experiences. Lucid dreaming is a practice that allows us to control our dream experiences. When we are aware that we are dreaming, we can control our actions and consciously explore spiritual dimensions. In Buddhism, this practice is seen as an important tool for exploring our subconscious and working with inner fears. Lucid dreaming gives us the opportunity to encounter aspects of ourselves that we suppress or are unaware of in everyday life. It allows us to overcome fear of the unknown, giving us the opportunity to explore spiritual realities in a safe environment. This practice helps us learn to let go of control and allow our consciousness to freely explore worlds that are hidden from us in everyday life. Buddhism teaches us that fear of loss of control and the unknown is a natural part of the human journey. This fear arises from attachment to the material world and habits that give us a sense of stability. However, this stability is an illusion that holds us back from spiritual growth. To overcome this fear, Buddhist practices such as meditation and lucid dreaming help us free the mind from attachments, accept change as an inevitable part of life, and open the door to deep spiritual experiences. By letting go of control and trusting the process, we gain the freedom to explore spiritual dimensions, face inner fears, and receive spiritual revelations that can change our lives. Buddhism, as a path to inner liberation and understanding of the nature of reality, views lucid dreaming as an important tool for working with one's own consciousness. Lucid dreaming, or awareness during sleep, allows a person to perceive the experience of dreams with clarity and control it. This is not just an interesting ability of the mind, but a deeply transformative practice that opens the door to exploring one's subconscious and spiritual dimensions. Lucid dreaming is a state in which a person realizes that he or she is in a dream and begins to consciously control what is happening. This state requires attentiveness and concentration, which in Buddhist practice is associated with the concept of mindfulness, the ability to be in the present moment and be attentive to one's thoughts, feelings, and actions. In order to learn to lucidly dream, one needs to train the mind, develop attentiveness in everyday life. In this, Buddhist teachings see a deep connection between practice in the waking state and the state of sleep. The more aware a person is of themselves and their thoughts in everyday life, the easier it is to become aware of themselves in dreams. Dreams in Buddhism are seen as reflections of our inner world, deep messages from the subconscious that we are not always aware of in everyday life. Lucid dreaming allows us to interact with these messages directly. When a person becomes aware of themselves in a dream, they can explore their own fears, hidden desires, unresolved conflicts, and spiritual questions. In Buddhist texts, lucid dreams are compared to journeys into other dimensions of consciousness, where it is possible to meet spiritual teachers, receive important revelations, and penetrate the depths of one's own self. These experiences can be key to spiritual growth, as they provide access to what is usually hidden in everyday life. In this state, one can encounter images that represent certain aspects of our consciousness and interact with them to comprehend a deeper truth about oneself. The Buddhist practice of lucid dreaming involves regularly checking reality throughout the day. This method is simple but very effective in developing the ability to be lucid in dreams. One way is to periodically ask yourself, am I dreaming right now? This may seem strange in the waking state, but the more often you ask yourself this question, the more likely you are to do the same in your dreams. The essence of this method is to make reality checking a habitual part of life. Gradually, this practice is transferred to the dream world, where by asking yourself the question, a person realizes that he is in a dream. This awareness opens up many possibilities for exploration. You can begin to control your dream experience, direct your actions, explore different locations, meet spiritual beings, and receive revelations that are not available in ordinary life. One practice that helps to improve lucidity in dreams and develop the memory of your dreams is keeping a dream diary. This practice helps to strengthen the connection with the subconscious and develop lucidity. When you wake up, it is recommended to immediately write down everything you remember about your dreams. Even if these are just fragments of memories or weak sensations, it is important to record them on paper. Gradually, you will begin to notice that your memories of dreams become clearer and more complete. This is due to the fact that the practice of writing down dreams develops attentiveness to what is happening in your subconscious and increases awareness during sleep. Writing down dreams also helps to analyze the internal processes that occur in our mind. Each dream is a symbolic expression of our fears, desires, experiences, and hidden aspects of personality. Attentiveness to these symbols helps us to better understand ourselves, to recognize our blocks and overcome them. This is an important step towards spiritual liberation, which in Buddhism is considered the goal of human life. Lucid dreams in the Buddhist tradition are considered not only as a way of working with the subconscious, but also as a practice of spiritual development. When a person becomes lucid in a dream, he trains his mind to be lucid in any situation, both in a dream and in waking life. This is directly related to the Buddhist practice of mindfulness, satipatthana, which aims to be fully present in each moment. Lucid dreams allow us to understand that everything we experience, whether in a dream or in the waking state, is an illusion, like a dream. This experience helps us realize the illusory nature of reality and teaches us not to be attached to our thoughts, emotions, and perceptions. Ultimately, this leads to the realization of the emptiness of all existence, one of the key concepts of Buddhist philosophy. Lucid dreaming in Buddhism is not just an interesting phenomenon of consciousness, but a powerful spiritual practice that allows you to explore the depths of yourself and go beyond the limitations of everyday perception. Dreams can become a window into deeper levels of consciousness, and lucid dreaming is a tool for releasing attachments and illusions. Reality testing practices and dream journaling help strengthen awareness and prepare the mind to explore spiritual dimensions. This path opens up opportunities for transformation and understanding of the true nature of reality, leading us to a deeper understanding of ourselves and the world. If your heart yearns to further explore these deep truths and uncover the secrets of the subtle worlds, we invite you to join our community. By clicking on the notification sign, you can be in the flow of new teachings and contemplative reflections. Like this video if it touched your inner world, and share it with those who, like you, are seeking awakening and inner harmony. Together we can create a space of mindfulness where each step of the way becomes easier through each other's support. We'd love to hear from you. Have you ever had a dream or spiritual revelation that transformed your life? Perhaps you're just starting out and ready to embark on this journey within yourself. Share your experiences in the comments. Your words may inspire someone else to have their own spiritual awakening. See you on the path of mindfulness in the next video.